If you're looking for intellectual, informed basketball takes, and you want to bring in media that knows what they're talking about, look no further than
never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights, man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands, we run 3-man weeks, Paul, Dre, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan, we got love for the game, we don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm the run the fast break, throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break, throw me the outlet. We on the break, it's fast break. We on the break, it's fast break. Let's go.
Yeah, fast breaks, let's go. Welcome to another audio adventure on this fine Saturday afternoon. You know what it is. I go by the name Ro, the hostess with the mostest, and you know this. Joining me are my brothers. You know them very well. Below me, the professional, the architect. We call him Morpheus. Alan, the man with the plan. Big Jersey.
And for today only, America's favorite Haitian uncle.
For today.
I'm the real
for
Haitian
today.
Hold on.
As America's favorite Haitian uncle. Wait, if you're going to be that, you know what you got to do. America's favorite Haitian uncle, Sac Passe. Yeah, man.
Sac Passe.
Oh, that's a fact.
And then joining me to my left, of course, the stubborn one, the sturdy one, the coach, PRR Sports, Mr. 1995, Coach Paul in the building. Go on, big up yourself.
Big up to all the Fastbreak massive, you know?
Yeah, man. Strict. Okay, as we start off, remind everyone, please don't forget to vote for Potter of the Week. If you hear a take you like, or you hear a take that is so unbelievable that it's actually great potting, throw some votes in the chat for Potter of the Week, and then also vote for next week's Game of the Week. Fellas, let's see what our options are. Next week, I mean, this was a really good week that just passed.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I love the game we picked, but, you know, the people spoke. All right, what do we got this week? We got anything good on Sunday? We got Spurs, New York. That could be decent. We got Mini Denver tomorrow at 3:30. Any of those? Shout out to y'all. Let us know. We got Philly, Boston at 8 tomorrow. That could be interesting. That's Sunday, Monday. I don't like any of those.
Are we believers in Philadelphia?
Tuesday, I don't like any of those at all.
Because I'm hearing a lot of people.
Wednesday, we get Thunder Knicks, which Paul's been begging for so long, but I actually don't think that'll be a good game at all.
Yeah, I know.
Thursday, we got anything? Oh boy, we got LA and Denver. We know how those games go. Luka and Jokic facing off. We already know how that goes. That's a little bit of a late game though for a Thursday. To be fair, Friday we got honestly all trash. I mean, if we it's all trash. It's not all trash, but like a lot of them require the only decent ones on Friday require NBA League Pass, which we got, but I realize our fans may not have. So we'll be reviewing a game that they wouldn't have seen. So it looks like our best bet is probably tomorrow, honestly, the Sunday hoops.
You know,
I like Mini and Nuggets, but that's so long from the pod day. But I'm with that.
Mini in Denver at 3:30.
Yeah, that's a full week from the pod. Damn near.
You know my vote.
I know. We're not watching the Spurs Knicks. That's not. I mean,
No, that's not my vote.
What's your vote?
He wants Thunder Knicks.
That's a fact.
Ew.
Yeah, all right.
Ew. All right, we'll put those two. We'll put those two in the chat. Chat. That's the two options you have to vote for a game of the week this coming week. We have Spurs. We have Mini Denver tomorrow, or we have what was that Friday? I said, or Thursday.
I think Thursday.
No. Wednesday. So we have Mini Denver tomorrow, or we have Wednesday Oklahoma versus New York. Y'all let us know which game y'all want us to break down. If we don't get any votes in the chat, we'll just vote at the end of the pod. Gentlemen, quick check-in. How y'all doing today?
Chilling. It was an interesting night of hoops.
I was gonna say, can we do a quick streaming debrief? Shout out to all the Fastbreak fans that joined us on the stream last night. If you didn't, head over to our YouTube page at Fastbreakspod and check out the last night's stream. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe everywhere that you can see a podcast: YouTube, Twitch, IG, TikTok, Insta. You know where we at the Fastbreaks Podcast or Fastbreaks Pod. Fellas, debrief of last night's stream real quick.
Overall, I think it was a good night of hoops. We got some good runs in.
You're lying.
All right. I at least two, right? You won at least two?
We want to.
We won two games for sure. And those games went pretty well.
Yeah, those two games they went pretty well. It was a tough night of hoops, but we got some bumping.
We did. We got reps. We got reps and run, so we can be thankful, I suppose.
And we definitely sold that one game. That one game that we talked about. You can see it on the stream chat. You see it on the stream. Go check that out.
Yeah, team accountability on that loss. That loss is on all of us. That was ridiculous.
For sure.
These AIs are the most
disciplined
AIs I've ever seen in a 2K game. They got their mind of their own. They are sentient. They know what they're doing.
They're sentient, he said. He said they're sentient.
They know what they're doing. And it's what Mike Wang fix this. Fix this. They doing too much out there.
The AI, I'm not gonna lie, the AIs were actively not listening to pass. Yeah.
On the ball handler, setting screens on what they feel like.
That's kind of a fact. I'm not gonna lie.
When you call for the ball, they don't pass it, which I've never seen the AI do.
No, that's the truth. This year and last year, they literally just don't always respond. They can decide to look you off, which is kind of
yes.
I mean, that's helpful. Now. That's helpful from the standpoint of like we remember sometimes we accidentally would call for it and they had a good shot, or we would call for it and it wouldn't register till late. So now it was like a ridiculous pass. So I kind of like that they've given the AI, but the problem is like, for how long of a possession can the AI ignore me? Like if it looks me off one sequence, sure. But if we go 10 seconds and this man is trying to do dribble handoffs and we're standing in the corner like, yo, I said, yo,
corner.
What are we really doing? Like, why am I having to like speak into the mic to the game to tell the game that I'm open because it doesn't want to respect it?
It definitely messed us up in the clutch too. It wouldn't pass. I think it was you calling for it. It wouldn't pass it to you in the clutch, and I had to get it, and that was a bad position.
They didn't pass to him, they didn't pass to me, and it felt like passing to you. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You both were open at one point.
Yeah, it was crazy. All right. Well, there'll be better days. Okay. Game of the week. This week, the game of the week was Spurs versus Pistons back on Monday, which seems so long ago.
You do, yeah.
But I mean, we have possibly doing a game of the week on Sunday this week. So I hope you both took good notes. Who would like to go first?
Yesterday.
All right, so it's fresh. So Paul, you're up first.
That's a good idea. I'm not sure did that.
Yeah, shout out to League Pass, man. But but listen, this is what I'll say. That game came down to 3, or I'll say this. I had 3 revelations watching that game.
Oh wow, revelations.
The first one is Wemby. They can't guard him, and the Spurs are the second seed, potentially end up being the first by the end of the season. Not fully utilized.
Does that mathematically work?
I think they're like a game and a half behind first.
They're 2 games back. 2 games back.
2 games, yeah. So it could. I'm not saying it will.
Yeah, they could. That's not a big step at all.
But they could. They're a top 2 seed, and I don't even think they're fully utilizing Wemby the way they should, which is scary for the future.
We've been saying that for a long time, haven't we?
Yes. Well, I mean, how long really? Because it is year 3, you know. But
we were saying that his whole career, and now we're in the 3rd year of it. We're in the 3rd year of them.
I'm gonna talk about that in a second.
Okay, bet.
The second revelation I had is the Pistons. When you get physical with them, you have a shot. You have a shot. They're not as scary as people may seem when you get physical back. Now it's up to the refs to allow you to get physical back. Right. But when you get physical back, then you have a shot. And then Cade, he kind of is still not comfortable with the in-between game when defenses are playing him tight. Because he went 5 for 20. And when you watch a lot of those shots, they were either threes or tough layups. And a lot of the time when he was driving, he could have just stopped on the dime and pulled up for a mid-range, but he didn't do it. So I think that, and when you shut him down, you shut the whole team down. Yeah. So those are the 3 revelations. So now the first one, right? I was thinking about this. Wemby, at this point of his career, reminds me of Kristaps on the Knicks. Right? But just better. Like they are literally like the same type of player. Wemby is just like 5 times better at what he does, or what they both do, I should say. Right? The problem that Kristaps had when he was on the Knicks, right, is that people didn't know how to really utilize him and how he should be utilized. Right?
All right, I'm with you. I'm following.
Right? He was good at everything, or like decent enough at everything at his size that people were like, okay, you should make him shoot more from the outside because he has that and you don't want to limit him, right?
Yeah.
And then there were people that are saying, well, he's 7'3", just put him in the paint. Let him finish in the paint. There were people saying, run the mid-range game with him, pick and roll with him, right? They were saying only because he could literally do it all, right? But if you just simplify the game, and then the Knicks had a lot of issues going on at that time, so like that were surrounding him with Phil Jackson and all that. But I'm just saying, like, I see one commonality between his situation with the Knicks and Wemby's situation with the Spurs, in that they're so skilled and have such a wide variety of skills that they don't even know how to use. In my opinion, they don't want to simplify the game because it's almost like they don't want to hold back their young player. They want to make him feel like, yeah, I'm showcasing everything, so they just do everything. Like, one possession, they run a pin down for him. The next possession, they're running a pick and pop. Next possession, he's running the ISO from the wing, right? And he could do it all, but it's like, if you just like put him in the paint or ran pick and roll with him the whole game, like you would have blew them out, right? Yeah. And I'm not going to say you're going to get away with running pick and roll the whole game, but you force the defense. You, instead of just doing these random actions because you can do Wemby, you just milk the highest efficiency action and then force the defense to adjust, and then you play off of that. Simplify the game, right?
Is it random, or is it them trying to diversify their offense so that they're not predictable.
But when you got somebody like Wemby, why are you worrying about diversification? Just do the same thing over and over and over again until they adjust, and then you adjust to that because you have that ability to adjust because you have a talented team and you have a talented big. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Like,
could it be to preserve? Could it be to preserve his body?
It could be that. My bad, I don't want to control. It could be that, but I also think it's just preparation for like the playoffs. So in the playoffs, you got to be ready to adjust that. So you don't want that to be like your first time really adjusting stuff. That's what I think.
Yeah, they're running through their whole playbook so that depending on what coverage they see, they have reps at every way to use him. So like, okay, if they're top locking him, we have reps of throwing it over or running him off the pin downs.
Right.
Okay, if they're staying home on him, okay, we have reps of picking and popping with him so that we can get guys to the basket. You know what I mean? Like maybe that they're just getting reps with him in different actions because at this point in the season, they're so good that like it's not like they're seeing defenses that are forcing them to react in real time during regular season games. Like they're not saying that every game is a cakewalk, but they can kind of go into the game plan offensively, just working through their stuff. And the Spurs have kind of always been like that. They play how they play, and they play free ball movement, and they run different things. And all of their players are basketball players who could be in any part of the action. The prime Spurs were like that. But continue.
No. I see. Now we'll know that's the truth if come playoff time, they continue to just do all these different plays, right? Instead of just milking the high efficiency action. Now with Cade and the physicality and the defense and all of that.
Let's talk about it.
Listen, the Spurs are a scrappy team with a talented star.
Mm-hmm.
Teams like that don't win the chip. They are good. They are good. But
wait, you mean the Pistons?
I think that was a different type of. You said what?
You mean? Are you talking about the Pistons right now?
The Pistons, yeah, the Pistons.
You said the Spurs.
Oh, my fault. No, I said teams like that.
You know, but you started off saying the Spurs.
My fault.
But you mean Cade and the Pistons?
Yeah, the Cade and the Pistons are a scrappy team with a good young superstar.
Yeah, okay.
Teams like that don't win the chip. When you get physical with them back, and this is why. Listen, I didn't talk about the Knicks and the Spurs. I mean, the Knicks and the Pistons game, but this is why I'm not worried because unfortunately, with the Knicks, they don't get up for every game. It's not good, but it happens a lot in the NBA with more veteran teams. It just is what it is. It's not good, but it is what it is, right? When you get physical back with them, which is what's going to happen in the playoffs, they struggle. They struggle. Their shooting is not as they have good shooters, they have capable shooters, but they don't have enough shooting. It seems like, right? Number one. Number two, running to the paint, driving to the paint, being physical, all that athleticism. If you're allowed to get physical with guys like that, it bothers them, right? Even Cade, he missed a lot of layups because they weren't wide open. They were contested. He was getting bumped. He was getting hit. All these players, Holland was getting hit. The guy that went to St. John's, he was getting hit. A lot of these guys, they were getting fit. That's how they came back in the game. The looks that the Spurs had were higher quality looks all game. All game. The Pistons were able to come back when they said, we're going to get back to what we do, right? And then the Spurs, they have athletes too. They have young players too. They hit them back with the same type of energy, and then it was a wrap. It was a wrap.
I think that's why those two teams are specifically matched, like are uniquely matched up, though, right? And I'm thinking about the Cade, Stephon Castle matchup. Like, while not to make this not to put down your Knicks point, but I think why other teams should be afraid is because while that strategy is true, you have to have the same amount of young athletes as the Pistons do to do it for 4 quarters. And I think that's what's interesting about the Spurs when they play the Pistons is the Spurs have just as many young athletes who can do it for 4 quarters. Stephon Castle was picking him up from full for 4 quarters and then still having energy to then be an offensive contributor on the other end. He actually picked up for D Fox, who didn't shoot that well that game, right? Like, So that's
But,
the interesting thing about the way these two teams match up.
I agree with you, but I think in the playoffs, most teams play like that. I thought
I'm just thinking about other rosters in the East that have that kind of young athletic talent. Like I don't think Boston has it. I don't think the Knicks have it. They have athleticism, but it's not that young. So 4/4 of it, I think, is a question. And then I think the Cavs kind of have it, but I don't even know if the Cavs are going to get there. So that's why I think the Pistons are still sort of uniquely positioned in the East, because that roster only exists in the East.
I think you have to have that level of youth to do it in the regular season. In the playoffs, think about the Celtics games against the Knicks, right? How they just locked in. The Knicks just locked in and played physical and played for like at least 3.5 quarters, right? Sure. They just locked in, right?
I lied though. You know who had a roster like that last year though?
Who?
In the East, the team that came out of the East. They had young athletes, and I think that proved itself with how like Hallie got a lot of the credit for like having a clutch moment in each series, but that team was able to operate efficiently and at a high level in every fourth quarter that whole playoffs, and they had a lot of young athletes. So that's kind of that's why I hate what happened to Hallie for so many reasons, but also because like I would have loved to see Cade's ascension in the context of Hallie being a reigning king of the East. Like the way those two rosters would have matched up would have been incredibly intriguing to me. Now their roster is not completely different, but materially different. And when Hallie comes back, we don't necessarily know what they're going to be. But that's kind of my point. Like you said all that about those veteran teams, but both those veteran teams didn't make it. Like the young athletic team is the one that got past them. So
I think the coach is the reason why we didn't make it.
No, of course. I'm just saying in terms of this point in this argument, right? Like there's something to be said for the fact that the Pacers had that kind of young athletic roster centered around a 2010 point guard, and they did get out the East and they got to a game 7 of the finals. So I don't know if we can so definitively say those kind of teams don't win a chip.
I mean, they didn't win.
That's fair. That's fair. I mean? So, any other final thoughts on this game? You made some good points.
No, I mean that's really it. Like I think that physicality and all of that, like that scrappiness and all of that. Like you brought up the Pacers. The Pacers were a better offensive team than the Pistons are.
Probably.
I might agree with that.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Like I think
they had more offensive talent. I would actually want to look at the productivity numbers. Like I want to know if the Pacers actually scored more per game than these Pistons do. But I mean, it's undoubtedly on paper they had more offensive talent for sure.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to look that up. While Alan, you want to transition and give your thoughts? I'm going to look that up.
Yeah, and off the top of my head, I want to say the Pacers definitely do. If I remember, I feel like they were the more higher scoring teams last season. But yeah, for this game, I would say like if it was possible, I really wish we could have got, because I don't think either of the teams are going to make the finals. Or I don't know. I don't know if they're going to make the finals, but if this team could meet in the playoffs, I think that would make a really, really good series. But I'm going to echo the things Paul said about the physicality, because I agree.
Can I tap back in and answer the question real quick before you really get into it? All right. The Indiana Pacers finished. Now, of course, the season's not over when I go to the Pistons. But the Indiana Pacers finished the 2024-2025 regular season with an offensive rating of approximately 116.5. reflecting a highly efficient, high-paced offense. During the playoffs, they remained high, and it went to 115.3. Okay? The Pistons, as of today, as of late February, have an offensive rating of 117.6.
Oh, wow. Did not expect
and they
that.
average 117.5 points per game. Now, in this year's NBA, that's not that high. It's 11th in terms of points per game, and it's 10th in terms of offensive rating. But raw comparison, they are incredibly comparable offenses productivity wise. Just putting that out there.
Very understood. Interesting. I definitely would have guessed that. But yeah, so I would have liked to see these two teams to be in the playoffs because of the level of physicality that we saw in this game. I agree with Paul about everything, that the Spurs just matched like the Pistons' level of physicality, and it's kind of took the bully away from them because that's what the Pistons are known for. That's what they've done to even the most physical teams like the Thunder this season. That's what they're known for. They just bully teams. You see them get into fights and all that. But for the game the other day, the Spurs just matched that level and it worked out well for them. I would even say they took it a step further and even kind of took away Cade's ability to be physical. I think Cade got into foul trouble early, either in the first quarter or early in the second quarter, and Cade is a very physical point guard, obviously, just by his body type and his style of play. That takes away his level of play, and you see how that resulted. He was really never able to get into rhythm in that game.
Right. At least with his jump shot, though, because I mean he was diming it up.
He was diming it up, but it wasn't just his jump shot too. Like Paul mentioned, he wasn't making it. Obviously, because you got Wemby down there, you're not going to make the layups. It was giving him tough looks all night. When it comes to his scoring, he was not able to get rhythm all night because you got Wemby down there messing up everybody's shot.
Right.
He only went like 2 for 9 for threes, I think. And that was within his 5. I think he went 5 for 26 actually.
His shooting. I've never seen him try to shoot his way out of a bad shooting performance that much before. And I think the crazy thing about it is he did that and still dimed.
Yeah,
it kind of felt like I'm a prove a point game, and that he just didn't ever win. Yeah. But somehow it didn't. Like he still was keeping the offense moving. It was a very interesting thing because like other guys shot well, like Asar shot well, Paul Reed shot well, Jalen Duren shot amazing, and maybe he should have got more shots.
Jalen Duren did really good. Jalen Duren played a great game despite being visible.
A lot of it was like just being scrappy though.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they were calling plays, you know.
Right.
I mean, I could argue he outplayed Wemby. It's close.
See, this is the thing. I was about to say my next point was going to be like, to me, Wemby is so like different of a matchup. Like he's kind of like a game breaker. Like he didn't score well in this game. I don't think he shot well. I don't know if you can pull up his
6 of 16, 2 of 5 from 3. He had 21 and 17.
Yeah, he didn't shoot well to me, but his presence that he put himself in, he's just dominating the game with his sheer presence and his
6 blocks.
Yeah, 6 blocks. But even more so than that, they should if like changing the shot was a stat, he'd be an all-time leader already by now.
Right.
Like there was so many possessions where like I saw dudes like doing a Steve Nash dribble. At one point, I saw Tobias Harris do like a hook shot or something, or maybe like
I remember that. Yeah,
and like that, like I immediately thought about do you practice that shot?
That's funny,
man. Like, because that's what his presence does.
What kind of shot is that?
And on top of that, he did that on the defensive end, but on the offensive end, his presence became a problem for them too. I think Paul mentioned it, but like they were spamming pick and rolls at some point, and Devin Vassell was eating off of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They'll do a pick and roll, and because he's a 7'6" monster, you have no choice but to put 2 people down there in the paint. Anytime he touches the paint, you're gonna put 2 people on him. And if you have a decent point guard or anybody ball handling, they're gonna notice like the open person in the corner. And even if the person's not open, they get closed out. There's so much ground and space you got to cover that you're at the mercy of Devin Vassell, who either pump fakes you or takes one dribble past you or whatever the case is. Right. And that all stems from like Wemby's ability to just draw you in. It's gravity. It's like Steph Curry's gravity in a different form. He has his own gravity, and he's like I said, he's a game breaker. That's video game stuff. We want to see stuff like that, and I think the Spurs have done a good job so far of building around him. Like I said, you have 2 ball handlers in De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, who are pretty good in pick and roll. And then you have wings in Devin Vassell and Julian Champagnie. Shout out to St. John's. I think Champagnie.
Bow.
Yeah, Champagnie.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. And they did a good job of eating off the threes.
He had a very good game.
Good old-fashioned ball movement that we know the Spurs to do in this new form and age of Wemby.
We had 2 St. John guys in there.
Who's the other one?
The Pistons got their guard. I forgot his name. The one with the dreads.
Oh,
Javante Green,
No, no.
Dennis Jenkins.
Jenkins. He went to St. John.
Yeah. So overall, I think that was a really good game by the Spurs. I agree with you, Paul, about like the spamming thing, because I don't know exactly how you're gonna stop it, but obviously in the playoffs with enough tape, I think the best coaches in the world, which the NBA coaches are, there's gonna be a way. I just don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, Wemby's a game breaker, and it's kind of scary that only in year 3 he could like really impose himself on a game this much and really win a game without shooting well. That's the mark of a really, really good player. When you're not shooting well, you can still affect the game that much. Like that was to me, that was dominant.
Right.
Like he was dominant throughout that whole game. When you could impose yourself and make your presence felt in every aspect of the game. That's the mark of a true player, of a great player. And before we know it, like his MVP time is coming. But the Fastbreak family knows like how we feel about Wemby up here.
For sure. I don't have too much more to add to what you all said. I was sort of chiming in to amplify the points you both were making. The only thing I would add is I think because these rosters are so similar in what their strengths are, not necessarily the types of players, because other than young athletic people, obviously, the Spurs are built around a huge giant and the Pistons are built around a point guard. But in terms of sort of the balance of talents they have, I thought, and you mentioned him, I thought Vassell's quality of shot and his ability to be efficient and high volume made a huge difference as well, whereas the Pistons shooter couldn't get off, right? So if you look at the point guard matchup, De'Aaron Fox goes 4 of 17. So him and Cade offensively from a scoring standpoint don't have a tremendous amount of impact, but Cade, got in there with the 10 assists. Fox had 7 as well. Okay, watch that out. Stephon Castle shot, about average. Also had 16. He also had 11 assists. Champagne chopped in 17. Again, Wembanyama only had 21, and he has 17 boards. Well, Jurin matches that basically, other than the blocks, with 25 and 14. He goes 10 to 13 from the field, right? Phenomenal. Ronald Holland, for much as he did struggle, he did give you 15. So that's still sort of matching what you got from the Spurs starters, and you got 10 from Paul Reed. This game is lost by 11 points. Duncan Robinson goes 5 of 15, 3 of 11 from 3. And Tobias Harris only takes 6 shots for only 4 points. And I think that's the difference there. Like you said, because Cade was never created an advantage in his matchup, the only person that was able to eat off his aggressiveness was Duren. Just being scrappy and getting some pick and roll looks. But all the shooters for the Pistons really didn't get great looks and or didn't knock it down. Whereas the Spurs role players all were able to shoot efficiently and knock down shots. Devin Vassell going 10 of 14, 7-11 from 3 is crazy. Champagne went 5 of 8 from 3, right? So I thought that was a big difference as well. So it's not just that K wasn't scoring, it's that the fact that he was having such an uphill battle to be effective over Castle allowed the Spurs to play a conservative defense and not allow any of the Pistons shooters to get a rhythm. I mean, you're not winning. You're not winning a game against the top team in the NBA with Tobias Harris only having 6 shots. We know how important he is. Again, when we talk about the playoffs, when we talk about veterans stepping up. I mean, it seems like every team Tobias has ever been on, he's the X factor, right? So without a doubt, I think Tobias Harris, for the second stint, will be incredibly important for the Pistons. Like, he was the X factor back in the Drummond days, and he's the X factor again now. So I thought his lack of involvement in the game was a huge tell as well. And then again, Duncan Robinson. If Duncan Robinson is going to get that amount of volume and not hit, that's sort of a wash of minutes because he's not giving you much else on the floor, right? So that was the balance shifting that I saw outside of the main things which you guys all talked about.
Everything you said though about like the offense, like with Tobias and Duncan Robinson, it still comes down to Cade to me.
Well, that's my point. Like I said, I think we talked about Cade's the matchup that he had with Stephon. It wasn't just that he wasn't scoring and so they weren't getting his points. Yeah. It's that he never created an advantage or a reason for the Spurs. He never created gravity in that game.
Yeah,
he never made the Spurs react to him which would get those guys more open shots. So because they played him straight up, he kept attacking. That's how you get a 26 shot night out of Cade Cunningham, which is very uncharacteristic. Not by much, but it is uncharacteristic. That's why I was impressed that he still had 11 assists. But him shooting that much means that that's what he was being played to do. Not even high usage, because he always has high usage, but that's what he's being played to do. A lot of his development this year has been him understanding how to create an advantage early to get the defense to react, and then getting everyone else going. And then when they soften up, then he kills again. Right? He never got that momentum shift in this game. He never had a moment where he made the Spurs defense sort of react to him, which would get other guys open. It was just him. He basically had a one-on-one night for most of his possessions, where the Spurs were like, we're going to leave Castle alone to just guard you, and you either get a bucket or you don't. And 5 of 26, more times than not, he just didn't. And that's what I saw. Like, it was a lot of like him trying to spam a pick and roll to get Castle off him, couldn't really get leverage to get downhill. So it was either he tried to sort of shake him and get a three, or tried to bully past him and finish at the rim. And I shouldn't say it's not gonna work, because he obviously was just coming off a 40-point game where all of that stuff was going right, like all his bag was working. So it was one of those nights where like the defense was playing you to really dig in your bag, and there wasn't much there at the bottom of the bag that day. But I'm saying the impact of that beyond him not scoring was that these shooters didn't get off. Like there was no like trickle down effect of the star for the Pistons that night, and they still put up 104, but that's because Duran went crazy.
I think we forget how young Cade is. He looks like he's 30, but he's.
I mean, he plays very mature. His game has matured very fast.
That's a fact. But he's very young. This core is still very young, and I think they're still trying to like figure out the best ways to use him, right? And because you found a way in which you could become the best team in the East on paper, right? Like record-wise, right? but
clip that.
You don't sleep. But
yo, that might be the episode. That might be the pod episode title on paper.
On paper.
But the thing is I think they're still trying to figure out how to have him or how to use him in certain situations. Because that what you said about everything was working in that 40-point night, I don't think that's gonna ever work against a team like the Spurs. You know what I mean? I think they should have been.
You can't put it past a star if they get in their rhythm.
Yeah, but the thing is that I don't think he would ever get into his rhythm the way that he plays this year. I don't think that will ever work against the Spurs. Like I think
he could get better. He could get better. Like I think what he needs is it's the same thing with every superstar's development. It's like you need your engine starter stuff. You need your default, this is always going to work against any matchup stuff that
right.
You can get to either early, or if you're cold, you can get to get yourself back into some rhythm. And most young players don't have that. Most young players come in with maybe one signature move. It's discovered by the end of your second year, and then you have to. It's the jaw cross jab, right? It's the Halliburton hezzy pull up, right? Like we all seen these guys come in with these signature moves, and it gets scouted. And then the next level is when you find something else that is higher level, more advanced, that you but also move. Basic at the same time that you can get to, that you know is going to work every time. And you can either start the game like that and you get yourself going early, or you come out, feel the game out, and if you don't have your shots going, you get to that. It's Kevin Durant's pull up at the free throw line. It's LeBron James taking someone down in the post, hitting a little spin for a baseline, right? It's I mean, I can go on and on and on and on about like your sort of pet moves. And I think, not to switch gears too much, but I think Cade is realizing these things in real time, because if y'all watched his game against who was it? Who did they just play?
Cleveland.
Yeah, if you watch the game against Cleveland, there was a move he was spamming, and it's the same sig move that Shea has put as his signature, and it's the midi bump fade. That's actually, I forgot to mention. I remember when you were saying that like he wasn't taking a lot of mid range. I think he definitely learned so much from the film of the Spurs game, because in that Cleveland game he was spamming that bump fade where he can get the drive, and he's 6'6", right? He's 6'6", 220, right? Castle is his height, but I think he probably has a little bit of strength on Castle. He never tried to get to that. He always tried to get past or shoot over. And I think he watched him and he realized like I never got to my mini bag. And like that is for most superstars, that's the staple. That's the shot you can get to, that's gonna work, and it can get you your rhythm. And he spammed the hell out of that versus Cleveland, just going left, downhill, good shoulder, pound dribble back, little pull up.
That's what I was about to say. He needed to get to a Shea bag.
Yeah,
he needed to get to a Shea bag, and he never did it. You know what I mean? So but I think he didn't do it because of. I think it's because of like the style of play that he usually.
I think it's consistency. I think he took the matchup too personally.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like the shots he was taking and the fact that he took 26, I think that and the mere fact that the Spurs weren't helping, like the fact that the game presented itself as like you either kill this guy or that's what it is. Like he got his assists in other ways.
It was the national TV game. He was
like I think he took it, and you know what? I like that because I've been crying for players to take it personally, and he's coming off of just announcing himself as the best American player. So the mentality I like. I just think I just think that there was a step to go strategically, and I think I love the fact that it seems like he made the correction almost immediately. Like he sat down with the coaches, watched film, and came out the next game against another, not a top seed, but another team that people are talking about in the East prior to James Harden injury, which we'll talk about later. And he made an immediate adjustment. He goes 25, 11 to 21 from the field, 10 assists. 10 rebounds, 7 assists. Like that's the thing I like to see.
Yeah, I agree. He should have got to that mid range game because. You driving and you not finishing. He's not a great 3-point shooter. People forget that. He's not a great. He could hit a 3.
He's a rhythm shooter. And in the Cavs game, he only shot 3. In the Spurs game, he shot 9. Like that speaks to settling and or hunting. Or like trying to get a shot to go down.
Yes.
To get some confidence or some rhythm instead of like going and taking what you can get.
Yeah, he's only really like a high efficiency 3-point shooter against the Knicks.
Because he gets in his rhythm. Because there's no good matchup. Because he's 6'6". So either you're gonna put OG.
That's supposed to be OG.
Yeah, but if you put OG on him, now your wings is like you. The Pistons is hard. It's hard, and this is the same thing with the Pacers. It's hard to hide Brunson from a 2010 point guard. I'm gonna find you. I'm either going to screen and get you on me, or I'm going to get the ball to whoever you're guarding. Yeah. Like these other point guards who just about scoring. Yeah. Put another good defender on him and put Brunson on a corner boy who may get 6 shots that game, maybe 4. Right. Exactly. The 2010 style point guards, you cannot do that. I'm coming in the game. I don't care if you're guarding me or someone else. I'm looking for you. Our game plan is to attack you. Maybe not every possession, but I'm going to make sure in leverage moments that I'm either getting you to switch onto me in the screen, or I'm going to get you to switch onto one of our scorers like a Tobias Harris and tell him go to work.
Yeah.
So that's why it doesn't work. Cause he's a 2010 mindset guy. Same thing with Hallie.
My last thought on this it's more of a question than last thought. Why was Asar Thompson didn't play like the whole fourth quarter? I didn't understand why. It's not like I wasn't going to check his stats just now actually, because like I was just like, what was he doing that he didn't play the whole fourth quarter?
Hey, but his brother can't shoot like that. That's why.
Does he sit the whole fourth?
They were trying to. I think
his skill set in this matchup, it just wasn't. I mean, he was all right. In 18 minutes, he was 4 or 6 from 8. I just think spacing. I think spacing wise, with Duncan not shooting well, I think they spammed like Levert and Jenkins to try to get some more spacing on the court.
Yes.
But the Spurs still just stayed home. That was the problem. He tried it, I also think we didn't mention this. I also think that was definitely a game where they missed beef stew for sure.
Missed stew? I didn't hear.
Beef stew.
Oh, beef stew. Yeah.
That was definitely.
Oh yeah.
I know it doesn't translate like automatically, but if you think about it, like when you're talking about a team being tough back, like when a team is tough back to the Pistons, he then elevates their tough.
Yeah.
Right. Also, I think he might be their best screener, and they could have run more off-ball work for Cade to get easier shots. A lot of Cade's work was on ball, and I like Beef Stew in there as he shoots better than Duren, so he's more of a pick and pop option, which allows Cade to get downhill. Because if Stu pops, you got to choose to either stay or drop. I think he just gives them a different look. He has a skill set. He's an important part of the team for a reason. I would have liked to see him involved in that matchup. That's all. I'm not saying he would have came and had 30 and 25, but
shout out to Beef Stew.
What'd y'all draft me for then?
Man, I hit hot.
All right, let's move on. Time for the rapid take segment. We're gonna go 30 seconds today based on time and our late start. Let me pull up the timer real quick. You guys are going to have to be efficient in getting your takes off today.
Sheesh. 30 seconds?
I'm with
yes, sir. Say what you need to say. Don't beat around the bush. No, I don't want to invite, I guess. Here we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, y'all ready? Alan, I'm gonna put you first up. Rapid fire take. I'm not no Clint Capela.
Come on, man.
Yo, DeAndre Ayton. What's your problem, bro? You got some nerve. You cannot say that. You cannot say that, because if you want to say that, you gotta show me something next game. The next game, he had 4 points and like 3 shots. You can't do that, bro. Like, you're not that guy. You're a bust at this point.
Oh,
no, he's a bust, man. He's number 1 pick. You can't do that. Clint Capela has a great career. Your career has not been as good as Clint Capela. So it's crazy to me that you said that. That's all I have to say. In my 30 seconds.
Okay, Paul.
I'm
not no Clint Capela. Go.
He'll be better off if he was Clint Capela. Clint Capela was nice. Clint Capela did his job, and he did it well. And DeAndre Ayton is in denial. The reason he's in the the reason that Clint Capela, the reason why DeAndre Ayton should be Clint Capela or is in this position right now is because when he had that other role of being a post scorer on the Suns, he lost his love for the game, and he choked. He's in the Clint Capela role now. He should eat it. Like, do your job.
It's crazy because by numbers, he's having a fairly decent season. He has one of the highest field goal percentages in the league, and he's close to averaging a double-double. I don't know what, like, when they treat you like Clint Capela, you have good games. Like,
yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Like, when they treat you get the ball more when they view you like Clint Capela than when they view you like DeAndre Ayton. Like, when they view you as wanting the shots that you want, they don't give you the ball. So like, part of me has empathy. Part of me has empathy because like what he's saying is true. Like, he does have a skill set beyond this role, and they are trying to put him in this role. But he said, "I'm not no Clint Capela." One, it sounded like shade, but it also sounded like he was saying he couldn't be. And it's like, you absolutely can be. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. So
that was violating straight up. He didn't.
I know. No. But listen, this is my team. I know. Yes, it was. That was the ego he put on top of it. I know, DA. Part of that was like him saying like, I have a different skill set and I want to play well for y'all, but y'all are asking me to do things that are not my strengths. And like, I'm saying, but here's my response as a fan. That's a freaking cop out. You're capable of doing it. You can do those things. No, you don't have the absolute hops of Clint Capela. You're athletic enough to be a lob threat. No, you're not a generational rebounder like Clint Capela. You can average 12 rebounds a year. You've
Easily.
averaged 10 to 11 rebounds your entire career, every season. Why this year are you all of a sudden not averaging double-digit rebounds? So yeah, you put bravado onto it to try to sound like, oh, I'm better than that. But I know that secretly you're trying to say that you don't think you're good at the things that they're asking you to do. You can be effective, sir. That is a cop-out. You can absolutely be an effective rim-running, vertical threat, defending, rim-protecting big. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Nothing at all. Stop it. Next topic.
You don't want to be. That's wrong.
Harden's thumb. Paul, on you. Harden's thumb. Impact on the East.
Harden stump. Listen, I'm gonna be really quick with this. Thumb, no thumb, whatever. The playoffs are coming in about 20 games. All right.
That's crazy.
We know what Harden does in the playoffs, especially when it's close. That's all there is to it. Thumb injury, no thumb. I don't care. He's gonna do what he does in the playoffs, and that's that. I don't believe in the Cavs, man. I'm sorry. I don't.
Paul, one quick question for you.
Yeah.
Paul, one quick question for you.
Yeah.
Which thumb is going to be more impactful in the Eastern Conference playoffs, Harden's or Josh Hart's?
Next take, man. Go to Allen, man. Go to Allen.
Yo, chat, vote in the chat. Which thumb will be more impactful in this year's Eastern Conference playoffs, James Harden's or Josh Hart's?
After that happened, that's when I went on a little 8-game skid too. I hope you know that.
Yeah, which thumb is going to be more impactful? Allen, Harden's
Josh
thumb,
Harden,
go.
Don't do that again. All right, Harden's thumb.
Lava.
I don't know if it's gonna be too impactful. From what I understand, it's it's a fracture. It's not a displaced fracture. So I don't know how severe the injury is. I think it's not going to affect his role on the team, or it's going to make him play too much worse because he's already taken a step back in his role. Since he's been in the Cavs, he's already averaging only 18 as opposed to 25. So I think he'll still be all right. The only concern is playing through injuries. Obviously, it could get worse. That's always the risk.
Yeah.
So, well, I think overall, his play will still be good.
Solid. Concanapple absolutely destroys the rookie 3-point record in only 59 games. Allen,
crazy.
Sticking with you. React.
Yeah. That man he's a real threat from 3-point. I remember him in college. I don't remember him being this nice in college. Maybe I wasn't paying attention hard enough. But to destroy it in 59 games is really crazy. It speaks a lot to like where the NBA is today, but it also speaks a lot to his individual skill set. I think he's going to be. I said it before. I think he's going to be. He could win a 3-point contest. I think he's going to be one of the greatest shooters if he stays on course. But shout out to him. I hope his career takes off. He's been playing really, really well. He might win Rookie of the Year. If it wasn't for that game that Cooper Flag had, he might have had it in the bag.
We're gonna talk about this because the game Cooper Flag had, Khan had his game in that game. That game they both went crazy. That game might decide Rookie of the Year. We'll talk about that one day.
Yeah.
Just real quick on this topic, I'm very interested to see if in the coming years someone challenges Curry's single season record. It's a lot of threes. It's like 450 something. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But we'll see. But the rookie record has been broken twice in the last 4 years. So, Paul, Concanapple, react.
See, all right. One question: is he better than Cooper Flag?
This is what we have to decide. We have to figure this out.
Keep that in the back because that would be crazy. Same team in college. That's crazy. But anyway, Kyle Canuple is going to be one of the greatest shooters of his generation. That's all I got to say about him. About Curry, we're gonna know. We're gonna see how great Curry really is after he retires, because we're gonna see how long his records stand with how he changed the game. We're gonna really value Curry differently after he retires.
My one thing with that is, and I'm gonna be like, I don't know if like let's say like you're right and people get close to his record in a few years or whatever in years to come. I will be on the other side of history telling people it wasn't just his 3-point shooting, it was the quality of shots that he took and what ease he made them. I'm gonna be that old head saying like, yeah, no, y'all wasn't there. Y'all did not see.
You don't understand. He wasn't taking catch and
I will
shoots.
be that old head. Yes, exactly. I'm gonna be that old head in the future saying all that.
But hold on though. What Pharaoh said, some of these records might not be broken. It looked like they're gonna be broken, but a lot of them might not be. And how long will Curry play?
Because Keegan Murray broke the rookie record first, right? With over 200. That's still 200. That's still 200 away from the single season record, of 250 away from the single season record. So if he was like the best person with a chance, now he's not even in a rotation really. So like I want to wish the best for Concanepo, but like one of these guys has to develop and turn into a kind of player on their team who has enough usage and value to make 400 threes in a season. Like that means you're taking 12 to 15 a game.
Curry might be one of those players after he retires that we move him up instead of move him down on the list. It's possible.
We'll see.
Because all
speaking about moving up lists, KD reaches the 32K club, one of only, I believe it's 6 players. Paul, I'm going to stay with you. React.
KD, I think I said this before on another rapid take. KD is one of the greatest scorers ever. When he retires, no matter how polarizing he is, we will miss him.
Miss him?
Yes. Miss him. He's just one of the greatest scorers ever. And we forget that sometimes because of like all the other things that he said and done, or like narratives around him and all of that, but he just reminds us sometimes that he's still one of the greatest ever, and he's still one of the best scorers in the league today. In year what?
19, I believe, or 18.
2007. That man had the Supersonic jersey on at one point in his rookie year.
That's a fact. All right, Alan, rounding out our rapid fire takes. KD reaches the 32K club, one of only 6 players. React.
Yeah, and he did this while missing like at least 1 or 2 seasons. So like Paul says, one of his greatest ever.
That part.
So, like I said before, but my biggest frustration is that how we view him is entirely like his fault. Like we should view KD way better than we do. It's entirely his fault. It's the most frustrating thing about him.
Yeah.
But congrats to him. Another, I don't know my time's right now, but another thing that he did was the first player to score 40 points on 5 different franchises. A real true plug and play dude, and he's just one of the
that don't sound right.
I can't
plug and play. That's crazy.
No. I'll talk about from an NBA. I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm talking from an NBA perspective. Players great.
Me and Alan's minds were in the gutter.
Yeah, I thought you was talking about some dude. But no, that's a good point. That's also my point. Like he's the reason why we see him. People see him the way that they see him.
As great as he is, you just said he's a 40 player. Like
that's crazy. That means he's been elite and moved that much.
Yes,
that's not good.
That's crazy.
I don't like that,
but you're absolutely right. That's kind of a crazy stat.
Yo,
Bron's at what, 3?
Yeah.
Bron's had 40 points for 3 different franchises. I'm trying to think of anyone else like who has had 40 points for multiple franchises. James Harden might be at 4. If he has a 40-point game for the Cavs, because he definitely had one. Well, maybe he didn't have one with the Thunder. I'll have to look it up, but he obviously had one with Houston. I want to say he had one with the Nets.
Yeah,
I want to say he had a 40-point game with the Nets.
He did. He definitely did.
He definitely had one with the Clippers.
Yeah.
Did he have one with the Sixers? He was kind of ass.
I don't think so.
No, he had a playoff game. He had a 40-point playoff game. I remember. Because then the next game he had 7, and it was game 7. And we were like, this makes no sense. We were like, this is literally the most confusing thing we've ever witnessed in our lives. You just had 42, 6, and 6 last game. How did you now have 7 in game 7?
I was confused.
So he might have 5 too. Wait, so definitely Houston. I want to say the Nets.
He definitely has one with the Nets. Just looked it up.
Definitely had one with the Clippers. Definitely had one with the Sixers. It's a matter of whether he had one with the Thunder ever.
I don't think so. He didn't.
It's a matter if he ever had one with the Thunder or if he has one with the Cavs. But I want to look it up.
I think
he also is in the same boat of like he's been elite but moved a lot. Like
yeah. I think Kawhi clearly had some of the Clippers. I think he definitely had one of the Spurs in the playoffs or something.
He did.
Who?
Harden in 2012. He had a 40-point game with the Thunder.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So in the regular season, he didn't have one with the Sixers, so I guess they didn't count that. But
I guess they didn't count. Yeah, because
that's
it was
crazy.
The playoffs. That's that's crazy. That's why it doesn't count. That sucks.
That's
I saw this. Damn. Maybe this should be the debate of the week. No, but we're gonna. I want to save it for when we have more time. So maybe next week. But I want to queue up our debate for next week. We have to talk about like that Thunder big three and the way their careers have panned out.
Yeah,
really.
Like looking at this season, we have to talk about it. I saw a tweet the other day. It was a great graphic where it was like, "Yo, these three like." Sam Presti did such a good job. Like you drafted a cornerstone. You did what the Warriors did, but before them, you drafted a foundation of a franchise. These three were supposed to be milestone breakers and franchise legends. And instead, they all became superstar journeymen, which is a misnomer. Like that's not supposed to exist. A superstar is not supposed to be a journeyman. And all three of them have done that. Isn't that fascinating?
I don't think it's a misnomer anymore.
It's fascinating.
I don't think it's a misnomer anymore. I think LeBron changed that.
No, but LeBron's not a journeyman. He has 3 jerseys. That's not a journeyman. They all have 5+ jerseys, bro.
Several teams. It's a lot of teams.
We don't have time to get into it, but we have to really talk. Like, I want to really dissect that next. Like, that's insane. That all those men have put on that many jerseys.
No, it is
nuts.
It is insane.
Nuts.
But it's not. I don't think it's a misnomer. You got to talk about it next week.
You would have to give me another out of those 3. You have to give me another example of a superstar journeyman.
I think your definition of journeyman is a problem.
You get 3. I would say 4+. 4+ is a journeyman. I can't call you a journeyman on 3 teams. Because most superstars probably end up on 3 teams. Because like back in the day, it was like your main team. Then you went to a second team to try to win one when you were kind of old, and then there was the team you were retired with.
No, I think usually it was like 2 max.
But we've seen 3 before. It's like 2 to 3.
Not as great as LeBron was though. Players as great as LeBron, they stayed on the team one team.
Yeah, but I don't know if that makes him a journeyman. Because he's been on 3 teams.
A man from a great player from that era, as great a top 5 player from that era, from LeBron's era, that's journeyman. Because you usually on one, isn't that great? Dirk, Kobe.
Okay, sure, but is it just because you have a one example and it's someone as great as LeBron James? I don't think that completely redefines how we view what a journeyman is.
I think
because LeBron has played on 3 teams, now you're not a journeyman. Like now you're a journeyman if you play on 3 teams.
Does KD even go to the Warriors if LeBron doesn't go to the Heat?
But I'm not. This isn't a debate about like why. We can talk about the why. I'm just saying like I think journeyman starts at 4 teams. 4 teams in your career is crazy. 3 teams. I think we see 3 teams a lot, and we wouldn't call those guys journeymen.
LeBron kind of got like a cheat code in there because he went back to a team. He switched teams.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still going back. Like he still hasn't played for. He's only played for 3 teams.
I feel like it's kind of a cheat code, and I think he did it intentionally there. But yeah,
is he the only player that's ever gone back though? Like people go back.
We'll go back.
A lot more players honestly should have went back. Paul George should have went back. Imagine where they'd be right now. Paul George should have went back.
Indiana would be great.
Paul George should have went back.
He will keep them
Like
afloat.
3 years ago, he was great.
Dwayne Wade should have went back earlier.
Earlier.
Who else can I name that
that's
should have went back?
Unfortunately,
Melo couldn't go back. But it would have been great if he could go back, because if he was MPJ, Chip.
I don't know about MPJ because MPJ is starting.
Yep. I'm talking about when they won it.
He was a starter.
Melo could have started for that Nuggets team and been absolutely.
Oh, you talking about going to the? Oh, I thought you meant he should have went back to.
No, I'm talking about more players should have went back to their squad, because like you're saying, like LeBron going back, like is kind of a cheat code for not having a 14 because he went back. But I'm like, nah, we've seen players go back, and I'm arguing more players should have gone back. Like Melo should have went back, but he wasn't able to. Like it wasn't an option. But like that would have been great.
Carmelo was a Knick. That's why he didn't go back. That's why he been trying to go back.
Yeah.
Ask him. Ask him. Yeah.
Who else should have went back? Vince Carter should have went back.
When? What year?
Whenever his Nets run was done.
Nah, I can't say that.
Who else should have went back? I'm trying to think. Nah, Dwight shouldn't have gone back. Dwight made the right decision. No, but wait, he did. Dwight did end up going back. He went back to the Lakers and got a chip. Going back is helpful sometimes. Sometimes you should go back. Al Horford went back and got a chip.
That's a fact.
You feel me? Like
Al Horford.
Sometimes you gotta go back, bro. Sometimes, hey,
he got beef with them now. I don't feel
he has the chip now, but there was a reason he left in the first place. He got coerced into coming back and getting a chip, and then
now he got beef again. That's crazy.
I know what the beef is. They said, "All right, you're gonna retire now, big buddy," and he was like, "Nah," and they were like, "Well."
Wait, so
good luck with that.
What's this about though? Luka LeBron beefing?
I don't care to talk about it. Yo, all the sports networks talk about that stuff. What are we gonna add to that stuff? Like, unless y'all want to hear me crash out as a Laker fan on the topic, is that what y'all want?
I didn't know they were beefing.
Yeah, I didn't know that much.
Josh, is that what you want? You want to hear me crash out about the Lakers? Is that what you want? Shouldn't how calm I am about the situation tell you how I feel? Think about how amped I've been about Laker rosters in the past when they've encountered issues and how expressive I've been. Look at my demeanor now. What does that tell you?
I didn't know they were beefing. I'm not gonna.
What did I say at the start of this year? You know what I mean? Like, have fun.
This man about to go back to Cleveland. That's crazy.
It's not whether I want him gone or not. I am understanding of the current situation, and I am curious as to what moves we'll make when that's no longer the situation. My urgency for the situation changing is not dire because like I do want a LeBron failed world tour and I do want it to be on the Lakers. So like part of me is like, I'm cool to ride this out. I would love if he took a pay cut next year and stayed. That would be great. So it's not as much as I want LeBron the player gone. It's more so I definitely don't want him making $50 million.
And you know he's not going to take a play. This should have been the farewell tour, man.
I am pocket as an informed fan. I am salary cap pocket watching. Yes, absolutely.
No, he's
so
right.
Yeah. If he wants to take a pay cut, I would love for him to be on the team next year. That would be cool.
And
but also the plus minus numbers don't lie. We play better when he's off the court and it's Luka and Reeves on the court together. And we play better when he's on the court by himself. But when he's with any one of them two, we're a bad team. So what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? Like, I'm not gonna be one of those LA fans that shits on LeBron. He brought me a chip the year Kobe died. Again, I'm internally grateful. He healed a wound for all of us at maybe our most vulnerable time in our lives. So you will never catch me looking out my face saying, talking down on him or saying, get off my team. I will never do that. I'm forever grateful for that chip. Whether y'all rate it or not, I rate it on a personal level. for what it meant at that time in life, in the world. Okay, that man locked in about basketball when a lot more important things were happening. He felt a responsibility and he fucking lived up to that duty. So no, I want him to retire on our team. I want to see him be in a Laker jersey, go around and get flowers. But I'm also not delusional. I understand what my team looks like right now. I understand what's happening. But Luka's young. I have faith eventually, like, we'll put the roster around him he needs, and then we'll go get it done 3 or 4 times. That's where my delusion comes in. It's like, he's locked up. I got him extended. I got JJ Redick extended. They're not going nowhere. So you feel me? I'm more concerned about what we're about to do with this Austin contract.
I was gonna say the funniest thing is gonna be LeBron gonna be on the team next year. Reeves may not. That would be crazy. But
hey Alan, every week this Nets fan comes in. Makes y'all look hard every week.
What does he say? What do you say? Let me read that. No, come on the minimum if you're gonna do that. Come on the minimum because I think the year after.
If he's taking the minimum, stay right here. Don't go nowhere.
Next year we don't have our draft pick, so he could come on the minimum, teach the rookies. We're gonna get a good high draft pick, come mentor the draft pick, and be on your way out. I'm cool with that. Don't come here with your BS.
Josh, it's not similar at all. Josh, it's not. I won't elaborate on that. But it's not similar at all. You find no kinship in your situation with me, brother. I'm so sorry.
I don't want that either. I don't want that either.
All right, let's wrap this up with a quick debate. It could be a short one. Just make your argument. We'll see if there's any little bit back and forth. But this is my 5-minute warning, 5-10-minute warning. I gotta be out. So, debate of the week. How would you grade the NBA season so far, and why?
I'll go first. It's hard to say. I rate it kind of like a B, like a solid B. I feel like it hasn't been super duper engaging to me. I feel like last year I was a little bit more engaged, and maybe that's due to outside factors. I don't know. Overall, a lot more games available. People were worried about that, but there's a national game on TV like generally every night because of new channels. My watching experience is a little bit better because I like the Prime Video, when the games are on Prime Video, the halftime show, great. NBC with Carmelo on them, really good. ESPN is still a little subpar, except when they have the TNC on. Other than that, I think the games have been of decent quality. I remember that this time last year we had maybe 3 70-point games, right? If you remember that, with Donovan Mitchell.
I do.
Mitchell, Luka. We haven't gotten a lot of that this season. You know what I mean? A lot of stars have been out for a little bit. Shea's been out for a little bit. Jokic was out for a little bit. So it's causing a lot of confusion with who's going to win MVP. So I feel like that discourse and talk has been a little slower than usual. But overall, the qualities of the game hasn't gone down at all. But maybe fan engagement, as far as I could tell, at least I don't have any numbers. Obviously, the NBA would have that data. But as far as all that and just how I feel
after all that
about it. After all that, I think I rated it a solid B,
all
that.
Go ahead, Paul.
I would give it a B plus.
Really?
I do. I think this year more than ever, I've realized how important markets are in the NBA. The basketball.
I've been saying that for 3 years on this podcast.
Yeah, no, yes, you have. All right, look, man. The quest for greatness is what defines how interesting an NBA team is, right? I mean, an NBA season is, right? Who's on a quest to rise up the ranks, top 10, within the top 10 of all time. That's how I view a great season, right? Because of the fact that we've had a different champion every year, right? And we've had the ultimate, I guess that's the ultimate sign of parity. We haven't been able to have that quest for greatness. So I'm looking at the next best thing or like I guess the criteria underneath that criteria, that main criteria to me, the competition, still good. The style that we're seeing in the league, it's it is what it is. There's a lot of threes. We had a good. It is what it is. It is what it is. They're still like the top teams are still playing good ball. We have some potential but young superstars, but we have more young superstars coming up. Where the generation before them, like we got Kane in them, right? But the Tatums and the Lukas before him, it's like we don't know how great they really are yet, because we've just had a different champion every year. So, it's just I see more parity coming. Honestly, my favorite team can win the championship, so I'm happy about that.
On paper.
That's all right.
On paper.
I look at the NBA All-Star weekend. The Sunday was the best in years. I think that's the biggest factor why I give it like a B plus instead of like a B or B minus. So I'm not mad at it. There's a lot of things. I will say this. There's a lot of things that Adam Silver has to look at before they get worse.
Here we go. Can I pass the ball? Pass the ball, because y'all know me. Y'all know how I analyze the NBA as an entity. This season is a strong B minus, and it's only a B minus because the young superstars have been holding it up, and the All-Star game was good this year. Yeah. That's the only thing keeping it in the B territory. Y'all, and this is fair. Y'all are talking about all on-court stuff, and on-court it hasn't been bad. But as you have pointed out, not only have stars who were healthy to start the season missed a lot of time, Shea has disappeared for the last 2 months. Jokic just got back, right? So our 2 MVP candidates just missed the whole middle of the season. Right. We didn't get to see them play. You know who would have given us one of those 50 or 60-point games this year? Probably Shea. Yeah. Jokic got close. Jokic had like 48 back in I want to say December or something, or maybe November. So the 2 guys who were likely to do it to give us a memorable historic performance, gone for the middle of the season. On top of that, we came into the season missing 4 superstars. 4. Dame gone, Tatum gone, Kyrie gone, and Halliburton gone. So that already took a slice of the cake off the top of the season before it even started. I'm talking about the reigning Eastern Conference champs are out of the picture. You feel me? Yeah. The Mavericks were done before they started, so the Cooper Flag thing was like, yeah, we'll see him be a good rookie, and that's it, but it's over, right? So superstar play, the young guys are holding it together. A lot of the older mid superstars are cooking, but we don't know if it's going to lead to any winning, and so that's the thing. It's like the middle-aged superstars are cooking, but their teams are shaky, and then the young superstars, their teams are good, and they're cooking, but we don't know if we believe it yet. So like, there's no certainty or any real anxiety to anything we're watching, right? Like we really don't know or have a level of feeling about what's going to happen. That's one. 2, what's I about to say? Damn. It was another thing about the players.
Adam Silver?
No, I'm gonna get to that because all the off-court stuff is what I'm saying is what's dragging it down. Let me just get to that because the young players I think are holding up, but the quality on court, we're missing all those stars. We're not getting those highlighted performances. No one's taking regular season matchups personally anymore, so there's no good on-court narratives, no good beefs. I mean, we had a couple fights last night that was cool. The whole Pistons fight was a whole big deal. But that game didn't even mean anything. At least this Thunder Nuggets game meant something. And then off the court, y'all know I always say the NBA is a soap opera TV show, and this season has sucked.
Yeah, there's been no narrative.
You got guys getting arrested and suspended for gambling. You have NBA coaches, active NBA coaches and alum vets arrested for a gambling scandal. You have real live like above board tanking happening in front of our faces to the point where the league office has to actually acknowledge it and say we're going to start punishing people.
That's a fact.
I mean, I'm trying to think of what else has happened off the court this season. It's been there was two more scandals that I was thinking of before my memory just absolutely left me at 140. Oh, the Kawhi Ascension thing.
Yeah.
The Kawhi Ascension thing got revealed. That's crazy. Paul George got suspended for PEDs. When's the last time we had a PED suspension in the NBA?
And that happened so quietly too. So quietly too.
Because of in the context of the whole season, it was kind of like with everything that's been happening. Like, come on, like this season sucks. Of the soap opera, I mean, like the narratives, the challenges that are happening, like the good guys are not having a good time. Like the ensemble, they have an uphill battle, and this is terrible. Like we haven't had one redeeming moment outside of Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose Day and his jersey getting retired was the singular feel-good moment of this entire season. Everything else has been like mid or just good ball. With nothing extra on top of it. No good drama. LeBron, we had thoughts that this would be like a coronation retirement tour. Feel good about LeBron year 23 of year 2023. Not only is he not retiring, most of the year has been enveloped in a secret beef with the franchise. The franchise got sold, and their family beef is coming out all over ESPN. Like, it's nasty times. This has been a disgusting season, bro.
The Maverick owners whole thing going on over there too.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you right, for.
It's been whack, and I'm not gonna lie. Outside of the game of the week, like, and games that I know are top team matchups. The last month coming out of the All-Star break, my desire to watch games has been low. It's been super low, bro. Like, what am I watching for? Like, what am I turning this game on to see? Like, yes, I do like good basketball, but honestly, it's about to be March. I'd rather watch college at this point in time than this NBA stuff. Maybe that's true for most people, like every year. For me, it never was. For me, I still always would have preferred an NBA game over a college game, even in March. Yeah. But this year, bro, like, what am I like? Remember when I was looking up the games next week for our game of the week, bro? Like,
yeah, you said all this is whack.
Like, what am I watching? Like, tomorrow? Let's go tomorrow, right? I'm not watching Raptors Wizards on League Pass, bro. For what?
Thing too. The Wizards made a very big trade. Two normally would be really big trades, and like that's just everyone's just like, there's nothing about it. There's nothing. It's a nothing burger.
Houston, Miami. That a year ago, 2 years ago, that would have been an immediate watch game. I'm not watching that. I'm not watching Houston, Miami.
I think
DeJounte Murray just came back from injury. I'm still not turning on the Pelicans and the Jazz. The Jazz might not play 5 players. The Jazz might go out there and play 5-on-4. What am I turning that game on TV for?
Listen.
Lakers Warriors would have been good. Steph's out. Another one. Steph gone. Like, what are we watching? Like, it's this season is ass. It's only decent because I like the way some of these young players are moving. That's why I give it a B-. Like, it projects well moving forward, and the playoffs might still be solid. But like, ugh.
Listen,
you gotta shake it up.
I'm very biased because my team actually could win the chip. So I'm it's been a pretty all right season to me. You understand?
But, and think about the public narratives that have gone around your team, and you feel like you're having a good season. There's been thumbs. There's been team meetings. There's
You know what though?
There's been Timothy Chalamet. There's
I don't know how he became like the modern
the face of Knicks fandom.
Like, yo. But anyway, I low-key blame the Knicks though for this. Because like when you said what you said about the Pacers, who was supposed to be the team that stepped in and claim that number one seed as the actual
it made the East interesting. And then I forgot I remember the other thing I was saying that I forgot. This whole Giannis thing.
Oh yeah,
disgusting. And then we hear rumors that it was a part of him being linked with the gambling company and him betting on himself to stay. Like,
yo,
this is gross. This is disgusting. This year has been nasty. and he's still on the team. he went through all that with Shams, and he didn't even get traded. And that was the other thing I was going to say too. But the trades have been whack. We keep trading old injured superstars, and then they just don't play the rest of the year. So the biggest trades of the year meant nothing. Trae Young goes to the Washington Wizards. He's not going to play this year. And then Anthony Davis goes there. He's also not going to play. Like,
it's crazy. This is a mess.
It's a mess. Yeah, I'll let y'all get y'all. I was like, I see why they saying that. But when I remind them of everything that's happened this year, bro, what we've been potting about all year. When's the last time we had a really good, like, saucy topic related to something positive? Today was the best we had because records are getting broken. But usually we are on here reacting to nonsense. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. I'm thinking about, remember the Dallas Maverick trade 2 years ago? Remember that pod, how hype we were, how we had to break down how this team might be effective, and we predicted that they might make a finals run, and then it happened, and then we got to break that down. Remember how much fun that was?
Yeah, that was you right. Yeah,
we haven't had a single pod like that even close this year. This is disgusting.
New York.
We tried to gas up the Vucevic trade a little bit, like.
We did.
Yeah, y'all tried.
I tried.
Paul, you was right about that. Paul ended up being right about that.
Of course he was right. I was potting.
I know.
I was potting, bro. Like, this has been nasty, dude. I'm trying my best here. But I wanted to ask this one question. Like, at this point in the season, like, we have to be honest with our viewers. And I wanted to be honest with us and do a check-in before we head into March, because that's like the downhill till April in the playoffs. This season, I'm gonna forget about it. It's gonna be very, very forgettable. I can't think of one thing. I can't think of one thing that I'm gonna think about that's memorable from this year so far at all.
No. Listen, the regular season.
You're potting good.
The playoffs are gonna. I think the playoffs are gonna be very interesting.
I pray.
I think it's gonna be very, very interesting. I
pray the middle of the West is all mid. 3 through 10 is all mid in the West.
See, but here's the thing, though, right? If the Thunder win again, we're going to talk about Shea very differently, right? Number one. Number two, if the Nuggets
win, if he does, you know what this ring is going to be? This is going to be like the 05 Spurs win. Do you remember the 05 season at all?
No.
Well, no.
I don't.
No.
I'm not going to lie.
At all. Nothing about it.
I don't
Nothing
remember
about
that
it.
Class. I don't remember that rookie class. Who was the rookie that year?
Rashad McCants and them. See how I just tied it back?
We out the mud.
Hey, a bit out the mud. We got Rashad McCants. We got boy.
Yo, they out here beefing on the internet about a draft class we don't recall. Like,
them old heads said stop. They need
we don't
Raymond
even remember your draft. We don't even remember your draft, bro.
My son.
Stop, bro. I used to love
Darren Williams talking like the big dog because he's like the only person in that draft class worth note.
Why
and Chris Paul also, but like that's it. And oh my God, the Chris Paul scenario.
Oh yeah,
bro. This season's trash.
He's just gone now.
He's just gone now.
The Clippers were the most interesting thing this year.
He's just out of our lives and view now. We don't even get a goodbye. The best we get is a 7 p.m. in Brooklyn episode with Melo.
Man,
the Clippers' whole season is the highlight of the year so far. It's just so captivating in so many ways. Like they were so nice at one point. Like, after he left, like Kawhi looks crazy.
No, he started with the ascension thing and Kawhi not being healthy to start the year. Then he gets healthy and they suck.
Yes.
Then they get nice. He gets nice, and then Harden gets traded.
Yes.
No. And before that was the Chris Paul thing.
It was
they
Chris
sucked.
Paul thing.
No. It was ascension. It was ascension.
Yeah.
They suck. Chris Paul won.
Yeah.
Kawhi gets healthy and starts playing well. They start playing well. Chris Paul 2, Chris Paul gone.
Yeah, that's not
Harden trade.
It's still not done because now the investigation has to come to a close soon. That could drop any day now. The investigation.
Horrendous, bro. Horrendous. I gotta get out of here, but I'm sorry I had to bring in the harsh truth and remind y'all and the audience that this season has been horrible. horrible, bro.
This is like I said. I think the playoffs are going to be very good. Number one, and number two, I think the reason why the season has been kind of bland is because the Knicks had that month of January, and the Thunder kind of just fell off a little bit. All right. But no, like I think that's the reason why. Like the Knicks are supposed to be the story of the East, and I think when it comes to the West, we're trying to see if the Thunder are for real. And right now, it's looking like they're looking very beatable. So it's like,
right. Remember the start of the season, it was supposed to be, they're going to challenge the 7-3-9 Warriors. That went out the window by December.
Pretty quickly,
Jalen Williams.
Very quickly.
Jalen Williams.
It went out the window very quickly. So even that kind of, like, they're just another really good year. Like, it's not even nothing historic or, like, it's nothing. There's nothing.
Yeah. You're right, man.
Maybe we're just spoiled by the 2010s.
No, because the 2000s were. I'm telling you, it all comes back to the quest for greatness. There was always somebody from the 80s. Listen, you had the 50s with Bill Russell, right, and Wilt. The 60s, you still have Bill Russell and Wilt, right?
Yes.
The 70s. They were on drugs and all that, so we don't know what was going. The ABA and all that. We don't know what was going. We don't know. And then
the 70s, they were on drugs.
Listen,
did y'all hear Lamar Odom this week?
You know what?
Lamar Odom, did y'all hear him this week?
Oh no!
Hey, not too much. Not too much. Let's go check
that out. Go check out
that. Not too much, please.
But then you had the 80s. You had Bird and Magic reviving the NBA, right? After they were united again.
Yeah, I'm still crying. In the 70s, they were on drugs.
Ask Michael Jordan about his teammates.
I understand.
You know what I
understand.
Right? Then you had the 90s. This man, Michael Jordan, became
on his back.
Great on his back. Then you had the 2000s. Kobe.
On his back.
Then you had LeBron up till now.
LeBron, Curry, and Durant. We gotta start saying that the way Magic and Bird share that era, respectfully, LeBron shares this era with Curry and Durant, whether he likes it or not.
I'm not mad at that.
Whether he likes it or not.
Absolutely.
LeBron, and I would say the 2000s. I would say Kobe probably created more distance, but I would still say it's Kobe, Shaq, and Duncan.
Fair enough.
Yeah. For a fact. Right. So you had players on the quest for right now. Who's on the quest for greatness? They all look like those great players.
Well, one of them is in rehabilitation, which was one of the points I made. One of the guys we had in that conversation is literally reattaching his Achilles to his heel currently.
Yeah.
So that's part of why that's a big one. Like we don't get to see this guy. Like mind you, they were defending a chip, and then that happened. So we don't even get the narrative of like, oh, you got to fight to get it back type of stuff. Like when the Spurs would lose and then circle the block. We don't even get that.
Yeah.
Right. The other one, he has his predecessor still on his team.
Yeah. Luka.
Mind you, he's cooking, leading the league in scoring. It don't mean nothing.
Nothing.
Currently.
Part of that is his fault, though, but you could talk about
a little bit, but like in terms of in terms of the quest for greatness, is like he's in the scenario that he's in, respectfully. You feel me?
Yeah.
Shea, he's doing it, and still, there's still something missing for me.
He's not in that. He's just not in that class.
He's just not there. He's just not there.
In that class. He could get there, but he's not there. So we can't fool the people. Like we love Ant. The NBA would love right now. I think the NBA is pushing Ant, and Ant's pushing himself a lot more than they have in the past. I've seen a lot of Ant.
He wants to be the biggest superstar, but he doesn't want to carry the mantle of the league.
The face, he was a good face.
Yeah, have great power comes great responsibility.
He wants to be the most popular NBA player, but he doesn't want to be regarded as the leader of the league.
Great power, great responsibility.
Can't have you taking either too.
You think he's fighting a lot now? If he's like the actual face of the league, he's gonna be fired every day. Every post game. some curse flying out his mouth.
I gotta go, but sorry to end on that sad note, but like, this season sucks.
Watch the Knicks if you want entertainment, folks.
Oh man,
badly, bro.
Yeah, watch Josh Hart.
Nah, watch Cat. You don't know what he gonna do on a night-to-night basis. Watch Jalen Brunson. Watch.
Hey man, hey man, it's Rashad McCants. We out the front. Yeah. Light it up, boy.
We got out the bar. We got Rashad McCants. We got Rashad McCants.
Who's 81?
Classic.
Come on. It's Fastbreaks. Listen. We back with another one. Fast breaks, yeah, we coming with the takes. Never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights. Man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands. We run 3-man weeks, Paul, Dre, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan. We got love for the game. We don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm the run the fast break. Throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break. Throw me the